Tim's asking is there a thing as to post too much? I have one guy that I follow that kind of want to get when I get notified because he posts so much. So he's wondering, he wants to know if it's good to kind of post so much. He almost wants to unfollow him because he's getting so many post notifications. I think at least I'll jump in and just mention, if you have notification pings coming for certain people, see if you can take that off, because obviously he's marketing to a specific group of people that if they're wanting that content out a bunch, like if it's Gary Vee or something, like I like getting multiple pieces of content from him a day. So it kind of depends if that's really worth your follow, if that's something that you really want to follow, if he's actually providing good information or if he's just posting random things. And so that kind of goes with your social media strategy, is kind of have a specific niche that you're going to constantly be marketing to, rather than like, I'm going to pull this, I got a funny quote, I'm going to kind of post this music thing. And I had that issue with my business account. I was posting Formula One stuff and some other things. And it's like, no, I need to focus on what I want to be pushing out and put the other random stuff kind of more on my personal account. So it depends on what you want to follow. That's up to you if you want to unfollow him or figure out a way to take off the notifications. And so then you're not getting pinged every time that he's posting. So that might be something to think about.
Yeah, I agree. I would say, where you say, where Tim, where your question is, I know they say more throughout the day is best. If I only see his, I would say, I do feel like unless you're a really big name or something like a Gary Vee or whatever, or if you have something really unique to say or unique to add to the conversation, I like social media should feel natural. I feel like don't get yourself caught up in a thing where I need to post 3 times a day. And even if you don't feel like you have anything good to talk about or good to say, doggone it, you're going to post 3 times a day. I feel like what you're basically telling me, and I'm reading a little bit into this, Tim, is that you're not getting value out of what that person posts. What Ronnie says is he doesn't mind getting posts from Gary Vee multiple times a day, probably because he feels like he derives value from it. What I reading between the lines with what you're saying, Tim, is I feel like what you're saying is you get a lot of posts from him, and some of them you don't feel like you get value from, so you feel like it's too many of them. So I would say always quality over quantity. If you're bringing value to your posts and you're posting good things, I don't think there's a such thing as too many, but you have to really ask yourself, are you really bringing value and are you really bringing good content? Or are you just in a mode where you feel like I've got to post 3 times a day or I got to post twice a day? If you get in that mode, I think you'll probably tend to post a lot of things to put a check in a box that if you don't feel like it's a super valuable thing to share, but you're just putting a check in the box, I can guarantee you the people that are following your page are going to feel like it's not a valuable thing for them, and they're going to feel like you're posting too much. So when in doubt, quality over quantity.
Absolutely. I think for me, one of the things I kind of work in, so obviously I use Instagram a lot as an example. Like I use stories as kind of like if I'm posting something every day, so that it's not something that it's a post going out to everybody. If somebody wants to watch the story, they're going to click in the little circle at the top. And usually I do like motivational stuff or kind of sometimes put my posts up there. So that might be something to consider too, versus just hitting people with a bunch of posts. You can put on stories because those are going to go away in 24 hours. So
stories
gives them an opportunity to choose if that's what they want to watch.
Stories are a great way to Tim actually added, he's just posting his machine running a job, not something I want to learn or buy from him. That might be a post that's more appropriate for a story, because again, a story is not really going to show up in your feed per se. You're going to have to really kind of decide to watch somebody's story. So I would say if it's things like that maybe you want to share, but you feel like it's not anything that's earth shattering or whatever, and you don't care if you don't care if it goes away after a day, you just want to show something, then I feel a story's a very appropriate place to use something like that instead of a post. But again, even with stories, I think you have to ask yourself, quality over quantity. I mean, I feel like don't get in the mode of where you just feel like I've got to post X number of times a day or X number of times a week, and you're just posting anything to just get a check in the box. Because I can promise you, your viewers or the people that follow your page are not going to appreciate that. But by all means, if it's in a single day you have 5 great things you can post about that bring value, post all 5 things.